Right, here we go. Start your engines. Good evening, and welcome to I look like shit because I've still got the cold vape show. Right, this is good evening. Tonight I shall be sneezing, coughing, and I shall be showing you new toys that have come in since the last time I spoke to you. Those of you that are in Patreon land will have already seen all of this and are probably sick to death of hearing me talking as it is. But there's people here. Once again, my cunning plan of doing random vlogs at silly times has, yeah, you've managed to catch me. Just remember, no asking what my favourite oil is, or what tank I would recommend, because it just makes me grumpy. Who have we got in here? We've got somebody with 3 Ukrainian flags. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name. Christopher Ice Big Red, Peter VB, Dave Flea Rider, who's going to be moaning about something. He's always moaning about something. This is what happens when you work in catering and you're in the kitchens. You just turn into a grumpy old man. Dave, I mean, he looks like he's 60. He's only 21, but he's going to kick my ass one day. The Johan Moo. Thank you for that. Adrift Adrian, who as always is here to keep me on the straight and narrow and make sure I don't get stuff wrong. A very strange man from Birmingham, Mr. Childs, a pleasure as always. DR78, Mr. Mackenzie. Mr. Mackenzie. Mr. Mackenzie, who is obviously one of my main sponsors. They're going to be getting in the Asylum RTA. Correct me if I'm wrong in this one. I'm pretty sure I saw your name getting mentioned. So that means that Asylum RTA by YG Creations will be available in the UK. I don't do recommendations. I've reviewed the tank. It's made in China. It's well worth a look. If you, yes, I highly rate it. I highly rate it. Mr. Fairchild, Dazmans, Mr. Blizzard, somebody online. I'll never Hurtgen. I don't know how many years I've seen your name and I've always avoided trying to pronounce it. Sorry. Matt, Mr. Hinchliff, my favourite spanner, because he is. Matt English. Alright, bio. This Lynn, Rembro, Michael, Archie, come on the Gulp. No, come on the Martin. John, Eddie, who have we got? Adrian, Alcy. Sorry, I'm just reading names out. I'm not actually reading what you've typed. I apologise for that. Scott. Yes, Alex, you are getting them in. That's superb. Honestly, if a recommendation is how much I use something after I've reviewed it, then those that know will have seen me, nearly all my Instagram posts and whatnot have still got the Asylum RTA on nearly everything. So there you go. Right, I need to calm down. I need a vape. Mon the Michael. Kill Martin. Kill Martin. Is it Kill Michael? You would never know that I grew up in the west coast of Scotland, and I always get confused with the names. Right. Sorry. Well, Yosef, I think you sent me a PM. It came in just as I was making dinner. I've not read it, but I did see that one had come in, so I will reply. I apologise. My favourite Mexican has arrived. He's the only Mexican I know, but he's just my favourite one. He's also a pain in the arse. What else have we got? Michael Ross has just ordered a Mech Borrow device from Vapesmarter. I can't wait to receive it. I'm like a kid at Christmas, now waiting for it. I hope you really enjoy it when it arrives, my friend. I shall leave it at that. Drift went for the Cthulhu AIO. The Cthulhu AIO is a good bit of kit. It's a good bit of kit. Kilmichael. Anthony's, Florida. You live here. Yes, I know. Well, in fairness, I lived in Oban and Loch Ilphead. And when you drive between the two, you kind of zone out. You just zone out. I mean, there's nothing interesting between the two. Oh no, hang on, the castle, Kilmichael Castle. Or am I thinking of Carnassary Castle? I'm going to shut up. Let's stick with the vape stuff. Bill, hello, and Skynet, and Mo, you are my favourite. And Paul Kingswell, who we're actually going to mention in just a minute. Right, let's get on with this, because that's me wasted 7 minutes of your time just saying hello to people, which is worth it in itself. It's worth it in itself. Archie, lots of quality corners. The Vaping Snowman and Dave Anderson, and I apologise if I miss all of you that comment after. Right, excuse me, I have a drink of milky piss out of my lovely gay cup. Oh, that's better. Before we go any further, just to remind you that running just now, we have click a button. This is running just now. The Dogs Trust, we're doing a shite. Can I can't I am live. I'll have to go and click on this and open it up. Open. Click buttons. See, you can watch me doing this live. I can just click on this and click on that, and there we go. I can go back to this now. How's that? This is running just now. I've posted a link. There's a link in the description. A short and sweet version it is. A ticket is £1. A ticket is £1. Minimum number of tickets is 2. So you're going to spend a minimum of £2, but you'll get 2 entries for that, and you could win this, the Fakir's Borrow mod, and also Golden Greek Submarine, RBA, and I'll throw in a vape snail tank as well. So please go and check out the charity raffle, and good luck if you enter. That finishes on Friday lunchtime, I think it finishes at. So there's that. I will also mention, and I think I'm going to be doing something different for the next charity raffle. There'll be something vape related, as in there'll be a mod or a tank or something that goes in for the charity raffle. However, there is a young man that stays in Dunbar, and he's I was going to say he kills prostitutes for a living. Oh no, I can't. He's a lorry driver. I'm in so much shit. He's a lorry driver. Ross Patterson. He also does custom watches. And don't ask how this happened. But Northern Watches, okay. I'll just do this quickly. But this is going to be included with the charity raffle next month, probably. This I think, and I don't. Paul can remind me. I think this is retail. Is between £400 and £500 for this. You know, it comes in this case. Northern watches, all the rest of it. This was actually young man called Paul Kingswell actually won this in the Facebook group where Ross had a raffle and Paul won it. I did a deal with Paul, which he was very generous with, and I took it off of him because this way I get to put something not just vape related but something posh, if you like, out to you lot. And also not being funny, it also means I get to do a little bit of promotion for a mate as well. So just a thank you to Paul Kingswell for doing that deal with me. It was very good of you, my friend. It was very good of you. So there we go. There's just the charity stuff. That's oh, and Dominic, £450 that watch is worth. It's a new low. Yep, that was a new low. I'm really sorry. We'll just skip on from that. We'll skip on. Fuck, idiot. Right. Videos wise, there will be a review for the. Wait for it. I think I'm the first person to review this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I shall be putting a review out for the SX Mini Pure Max. Yeah, that'll be out tomorrow. Things I can say here that I couldn't say in the review, and if you do watch the review, you've all know about the device. The short and sweet version, I never reviewed it because I was told not to. Because it was a test sample that we got at the Vape Expo back in October. So I was told not to review it. So I didn't. And then they sent out the production one, but they said, can you wait till we get all the coils out to you? So I waited, and it finally arrived. The big thing about the Pure Max is obviously the temperature sensing coils, or the Pure, if you like, the software on it. So you can't burn out the coils. Now, I didn't mention this in the review because I don't like comparing products in reviews, but there's been pods out with Evolve Replay for years, a long time. This technology has been out for a long time. I think the problem with the Replay, the DNA ones, especially with what was the name of was it the Reflex? The Reflex pod. It was just so expensive. It was really expensive, which I think really hurt it. This is coming out at £30. The Reflex, when it came out, was not about £90, and I think it just killed it, in my opinion, which is a shame because in itself it's a really good device, and I don't know if the coils are quite as good as the Pure Max, but anyway, I mean, what do you think? I mean, those of you that have got, I know there's people that are saying that the Pure Max is the best thing since sliced bread. I don't really agree with that. I think there's a lot of hype around it, but it's very good. So I'm curious what you think. Hang on, I need the. I'm the first with the SX Mini. Yes. Who else have we got here? Bearded Viking Customs. I recognise the name. Have we met? Got one, but you can definitely get it to dry hit. Really? I'm surprised by that because I'm actually vaping with 70 VG in it. With the 0.6 ohm coil. I'm using it and I have rattling at it. Granted, I'm not at the highest power, but it's throttled back every single time. But that's, mind you, Matt. Yeah, I mean, if I was to say, is there anybody out there that you think could really screw up something, especially a pod that has temp control? I would have chosen you. That's with the beard. I will say that's with the beard. Pure Max are decent, but they break so easy if you drop them. I've actually got a fix for that. Don't drop them. Sorry. Bit of bubble wrap. Is it the bit round the base that smashes when you drop it? I was curious about that, I must admit. Lens vaping on the Pure Max just now. The 0.6 are decent. The 0.8 are not great. I must admit, I was using a 50-50 in the 0. Because the 0.8 and the 1 are 50-50 only, apparently. And because it's a fruity flavour, I was actually quite enjoying it. Billy's had no problem, still in the first pod. They last for ages, don't they? They last for absolutely ages. Mick, you're just such an old grumpy bit. I mean, you make me look like I'm happy. Battery heating, a coil plus common sense is all that's required. Jesus. Oh, did you get the new? Did you go for a new Mini? Did you go and look at one? I mean, anyway. It really doesn't like high VG. Yeah, I mean, obviously I read the manual, so it does say 0.6 ohm coil, 70 VG, possibly. Sharon, hello from Cleveland, Ohio, USA. The beard's coming back, Matt. Nice one. Matt, I agree with you on that. Remco, people say liquid drips down at the bottom of the device. Is that true? Pure Max, people say liquid drops down in the bottom of the device. Condensation, maybe. I did get condensation, and I have had condensation with mine. But that's any pod. When you fill it, take the pod out and check for condensation. Mick, not yet. Okay. Low price on them is wow. You read a manual? Yes. I'm embracing my feminine side. I'm reading manuals now. Right. Do you want to see something? Actually, review coming up early next week is for a new Nevox pod. I don't know if I'm supposed to mention it or show it off or anything like that. I don't think I'm supposed to, so that's me in trouble straight away. So I'll leave it at that. I will say Nevox coils are, for me, Nevox and Oxfa coils are always right up there. This coil's really good. That is nice. I saw a post on, was it Planet of the Vapes forum? I know there's certain people, they usually have neck tattoos and wear baseball hats and neck green, and they keep going on about how pods are better than tanks now and RBAs and all this kind of stuff. He's Nick's getting old. He's getting old. It's all that ink. It's leached into his blood system and gone to his brain. Anyway, he's not far off the truth, to be fair. Because I did comment, there was a whole thread about how good is the flavour from pods now. And I will say, some of the new pods, well, coils that are out now, yeah, they're up there. They really are starting to get up there with rebuildables. Maybe not with an RDA. Squonking in an RDA is just pure flavour, because you get it straight in your mouth. Or maybe that's just the way I build. But yeah, the coils in these things are, and I'm happy about that. It's not going to be ever going to be my style of vaping. I'm not going to go to these. But I'm happy for people that are starting to vape over smoking, because they now have flavour and taste that is bang on. And that's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. It's not just the ink. Are you suggesting that he does a bit of that? I'm shocked and stunned. I will have to ask Mr. Grim Green next time I see him. I'm sure he shall deny it. But they're still disposable pods. Yes, they are. They're disposable pods as in that bit. I fully agree with you. I fully agree with you. Yes. I'm not getting into that one tonight. My head's way up my ass, so I'm not getting into that. Can't beat the EVOD. Technically, you can't beat mesh in terms of flavour no matter what, so it does make sense, but then draw it the strength of any rebuildable. It's such a shame that English isn't your first language. It really shows through when you're typing, Mo. It really does. Oh, did anybody else watch the first 2 episodes of Shogun? Awesome. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And this I mentioned this earlier on. I'll just where is it? If you do watch Shogun, the new version, not the Richard Chamberlain version, but the lead actor, the main guy, protagonist, sounds just like Richard Burton. Exactly like Richard Burton. Anyway, that possibly means nothing to anybody apart from Mick Blizzard, because he's the only person that will remember who Richard Burton actually was. Rob hates this guy. What do you mean English isn't my first? That's fair comment, actually. That's fair comment. Still nagging for the Delro. Will there be high-end pods one day, do you think? That has, you could vicious, I don't know. I mean, as you know, I think the term high-end sucks balls to begin with. I mean, it's just a pile of crap. Has there been what some people may consider high-end pods? Then yeah, I suppose the Vicious Ant had a pod system out. They had a pod system out. Christopher, Pure Max pods are super easy to rebuild. You should pull one apart and have a go. Ooh, there's a thing. Oh, it's years since I've done stuff like that. Oh, that used to be my bread and butter. Dave's loving Shogun. Dominic's watching it. Let's not forget to sign petition and flavour ban. Yes. What the hell is Shogun? Do you live in a shed? I live in a shed, and I still know what it is. What the hell is it? I've watched Away and got confused. It's a mech, it's a show. What stream channel is Shogun on? That's a good question, actually. I don't know. You'd have to Google that one, buddy. Would high-end die? Would high-end die? Anyway, all pods are easy to rebuild, really. Yes. Well, they've not changed. It's just a coil and a bit of cotton. It's not rebuilding the coil, it's the hard bit. It's choosing the right wire. That's something. And it's also getting the coil out of the device, the pod that's not supposed to come out. Can I time out Daz? Yeah, I think for just abusing the Queen's English, I think he should be timed out for that. Right. Oh, there's Martin as well. Hello, Martin. Right, enough talking mince. Shall we have a look at something? I know there's reviews for this out already, but I shall be recording a review for this. Will it be over the weekend or early next week? This wee guy. This is obviously the Sturdy one by Joe Sturdy and Sturdy Manufacturing Co. You buy it. It comes with the dot tank. Obviously, this is a dot mod. Goes in a dot tank, but it also comes with an adapter, so you can take the RBA and you can put it into a standard borrow tank as well. And the capacity is blah 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 blah, can't remember, it's coming back to me. 4.2, 4.5 mil in this. Put it into a standard borrow tank and you're going to get about 6 mil. Tiny, tiny little chamber on this. This is not a review. I'm not reviewing anything here. This is just a show and tell. Please remember that. No reviews here. But capacity, tiny wee chamber, easy build deck. This has a hell of a lot going for it. And I think it's going to be coming in about £65–70 GBP. So I really think that it's one I'm really enjoying. A great deal. A great deal. Oh, here he is, the porn star himself, Rebuildable Ryan. Put some clothes on, man. Honestly, I'm happy you've got tattoos, but I don't need to see them when you're just... Dude. So, oh, I will say, Rebuildable Ryan has reviewed the Sturdy One. Go and check out his channel. Go and check out his channel. It's called Rebuildable Without Clothes Ryan. And, nah, he's done a review for it. I haven't watched it, but I'm sure it's excellent. I did watch it. Yes, really rate it. I rate it a great deal, in fact. So I'll put that there. Let's check chat again. Opinion on disposable vapes being banned. My opinion on it is, I've shared before, but my opinion is that all those people that were shouting for disposable vapes to be banned in the UK are idiots. Utter idiots. You got what you wanted. They're going to ban the disposables, but you opened the door. You opened the door by shouting for them getting banned. And now that they've opened the door, they're going to see what else they can get through there. And that's going to come back and bite you in the ass. I don't know that for a fact. I can't predict the future. No vape reviewer can. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Disposables. There were laws in place to protect the children. They just weren't being enforced. There was no reason to ban it. You just had to apply the laws that were already there. That's just my personal viewpoint. And that's all I'm going to talk about. Okay. Time for whiskey. Slange my hat. Pop my horn. Vapo Sir, hello, greetings from Spain. It's a pleasure always to see your work. I hope you release some gadgets sooner, like an RBA. It would be interesting. Greetings. Greetings, but I'm afraid that there'll be nothing coming from me ever again. Never again. So, sorry. Next video is shirtless. Oh my god. Do you know if the Sturdy One will be available at retail? In the UK, I don't know. Maybe somebody else will know. Rebuildable Ryan, what wattage should the Sturdy One RBA be ran at? Well, most normal vapors would be vaping at RDL with a 0.4 between 24 to 30 watts. A dry hit would be fab tonight. I should. No, I can't. I'm not going to show that. Man flu making you look pale. I feel like shit, mate. I really do. But anyway, I'm not here to moan. Do your reviewers Bert Kerser style? So we should ban vegans instead. Johan, this is live. My cuddly little friend. Banning. Yes. Anyway, let's do something more interesting. I'll show you this. Okay. Once again, not a review. Not a review. Right. This is the Arcsine by Vapemonster in Korea. The first person in the comments to say posh Pico is just getting banned. I don't care. You're getting banned. Timed out. You're just that's it. No more. Anyway, I purchased this on a list through the Facebook group, I hasten to add. That is obviously the Asylum RTA. This drip tip actually came in the mod. It came in the mod. I don't know if everybody gets one or he just sent one to me. I'll give that a little wipe. Materials, sizes and all the rest of it I'll get into in the review. This is just a little show and tell. But battery cap 18650, buttons 316 stainless steel, DNA 60 down the bottom, no USB. I just said I wasn't going to do details. I was just going to show you. See, can't help myself. Can't help myself. This was delivered to my door. I think was $420. I think it was. It's tell you what. Hang on a second. 18650 battery. If that doesn't help you with scale, then obviously we also always have Frank. Everybody knows how tall Frank is, and there you go. Or if you know what size a Pico is, then you'll know. Screen cracked. It's recessed. It is recessed. Listen, if you're spending $450 on a mod, and you're the kind of person that's going to crack the bottom screen, then you shouldn't really be buying $450 mods. That's all I'm going to say in that. But that's maybe just me being a bit of an arse as usual. But yeah, I think it's very pretty. I think it's very Art Deco, and I seriously love the deco stuff. And I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy. I was just going to say there, Witcho, a tiny line of wood between metal and white would between there, yeah. No, I'm going. Obviously, for my personal tastes, I know what you mean, and just like an insert or something, just maybe not a band going the whole way round, but yeah, I know what you're talking about, but and you're not. Sorry. I mean, I do think you've got the wood inlay, you got the inlay up the top. I do think that should have been brought down and maybe used elsewhere. And you're right, maybe that thick band around the bottom. But as you use something more and I see it more day in, day out, that's why first impressions are not always the best measure. Because, yeah, this is growing on me more. I don't know if it's growing on me more because I think about how much I spent on it and I have to justify it to myself, or because I actually really do like it. I'm not sure yet. What happened to Joe? Is he calling himself Frank? Yeah, Joe got the sack. Joe's back in the drawer. What happened? Frank is taller than me. I'll pop that to there. Right, I've got a date with a Korean and a midget. Ryan, I'll get back to that on the review. I wish they'd bought a stab wood version, would look less. Yeah, Ivory Pico, Eddie. Yeah, you're not far off. Yeah, each to their own. At the end of the day, I was going to pull a sneaky, and I was going to click on this and click on this, and I was going to pop this in here again, just as a reminder. Boom. Eddie got timed out for saying Pico. I did say, but as always, we because we like to play the game here, we're going to remove Mo's spanner, and we're going to make Eddie a moderator. There we go. So the person that just banned Eddie has now had their spanner removed, and Eddie's been made a moderator. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. You're going to be more interested in this. Let's just do this. Let's get this. Let's get on with it. Right, I can't see chat just now, so... Okay. Let's move my microphone here. I'm going to take the tank off for a start here, because it's covered in juice. Why am I always covered in juice? I wonder if I actually sweat vanilla custard now, and it's not actually the tanks that are leaking, it's me. Anyway, so there's a guy I know in Serbia. He works in a circus. He's got his own tent, and it's got a big hand on the front of the tent door, and people go into the tent to see him and see his big hands. Because anyway, this is from Limelight. They don't go by Limelight Mechanics anymore. I think he changed it to just Limelight. This is the Limelight side-by-side that has just been released and is just going out to people just now. I have got a little bit of juice going on here. Now, right now, 18650 mod. This has a die codes in it. The thing about this mod, it is in 100% modular. You can strip this down to its nuts and bolts. It's just internally is perfect. The way it's built, designed a lot, it's just perfect. Anyway, so we have an 18650 battery tube here. Got a die codes this, and it's just a side by side, as some people will say. I will say the height in this one is about 80 millimeters, top to bottom. The drop, I'll cover that in the review and so on and so forth. Now, things you can do is we have this little bit here, so we've seen this in other mods. That comes off, and you'll also get a 22mm cap included in the kit as well. I think that comes as standard, so we've got that. Now, if I take that off, and I'm going to put the 24 back on, put that to one side. Now, if I have a tank on here, we shall grab a tank and we shall screw it on. We're using the Air by Atmazoo tonight. I was using my Cabello, but it decided to just dump juice all over me for some reason. Oh, drip tip's got... I should really be using the... You do get obviously a drip tip that matches... this is the walnut. But... So, this is the Air. This is a Dwarf stainless steel drip tip. Thank you, Dom. And you're like, yeah, it's just a side-by-side. However, you can buy accessories. First accessory that you'll be able to buy... I always put this in the wrong way. It's that way. Changed it up a bit, hasn't it? Changed it up. And I did mention to the young man today that it would be really, really nice if he had not just a short one like this that comes to this line, but if they had one that actually was long enough that it came up to the battery cap, so it was that entire length down the middle. That was Mr. Elliot suggested that, Mr. Marsky Elliot. So hopefully he'll do that as well. So there we go. Now, that's one little bit of customization. If, however, let's just say you wanted to do this. We're going to take this cap off here. Take my battery out, put it to one side. And then I'm going to grab this. And this is going to go down like that. And you go and put battery back in. And you then get... This isn't held on. This is held on by magnets, okay? There's magnets that are holding this together. But you get a different cap that will screw on like that. I'll just pop that down there just now. Not put it all the way down. And that will hold the sleeve in place. So this is the... It's the half sleeve, if you like. Sorry, if you like. Now you also get... If the whole side-by-side thing bugs you in, everything has to be balanced. You can get these wee guys. They come in different sizes, different heights, and they actually fit inside the battery cap, so you can, you can balance the whole thing out. So it's a proper side-by-side, if you like that. Take that off. Take that sleeve off, and you also get full sleeve. Now this is walnut. There are going to be, you'll get palm coming down the line, you'll get stab, you'll get ultim, you'll get everything under the sun. The buttons are fully interchangeable with all the other Wicket gear. The battery tubes are interchangeable with the other Wicket gear at the same time as well. I'll screw that down. Let's fire away, and this we'll just vape in this just now. The one thing I have missed out is that this ring here, you can position the tank to face whatever way you want, and then you spin this wheel here and then it'll bridge the gap and make sure you can have your logos facing any way you want, that kind of stuff. So that is it for the uppy closey quickie looky at the Limelight side by side. There we go. Should have been all wood. Why? Dave, shut up. Say something positive. I dare you. Just once. Just go and sit in the toilet for a wee bit and just think, I'd like to say something positive on the internet for once. Just... Anyway. I'm just... Listen. I have a DNA board as well. In the review, I'll be showing you how to change everything over. That'll be in the full review, okay? Let's just see. Here we go. I don't know how I feel about this mod yet. Mo's cancelling my Patreon. Oh no! If the mod had a few millimeters more of a drop, I think I would have grabbed it. It's a fair comment. Mike's was supposed to be shipped today. 25mm tank. Looks like a Danny side by side. There were lots of side by side mods out before the Danny, I hasten to add. That looks sick. Need to grab a Cabello. Magnets are down. Fuck off. I just... long sleeve would be 100% just by 2. Wow, it should have been all the wood. Blah, blah, blah. Long review coming up. Brian Harrison. Hey, go Brian. Looks super cool. How's the fire button position? The fire button position is extremely comfortable. Extremely. And I don't know if this will show up here. The way he's done it. See, it's the way it's been recessed there. And it's flush. Your finger just fits inside that gap, inside that cutout there, and it's really, really comfortable. Really comfortable. So yes, that answers that question. Boink. Mic over. Remco. Is there enough room in the sleeve around the RTA to draw an air like the Dwarf single slot? If I thought it was blocked, is the room like the Stratton did with the Balance V2? There is a slight gap, but as and I'll cover in the review, you can change the position of the tank any way you want. So if you want the airflow firing out the front, You can do. It's you can change it. Is it a ring finger or a middle finger? I find that finger works best, Brian. Yeah, definitely that one. What about people with normal-sized hands? Right, this is obviously stuff I'm supposed to cover in the review. When I unboxed this, and I said this today on direct, I mean, I said that to him, at the end of the day, this is 2 metal tubes screwed on a metal plate at the bottom. Aesthetically, it does nothing for me as standard. It's not until you start dropping in the bridge, the insert between the 2 tubes, that's when it starts to appeal to me. And the half sleeve, I really like the half sleeve a great deal. This is all personal taste at the end of the day, and you do have to pay extra for these toys. When you compare it, I did think that it was going to be massive when it arrived, and I saw it. I've compared it and shown it off in Patreon land with other side-by-sides and other mods, and it's not massive in the hand, not in the slightest. I mean, that's an 18650 Pico, posh Pico, with the RTAs are the same height, and there you go. Just to give you a rough idea. Anyway. Oh, sorry, I'm just reading chat. Other things that I have for you, I would like to show you other things, but Brian Harrison was supposed to send them to me, but as usual, because he doesn't really like me, I'm way down the line when it comes to reviewers. He's just... I've just... Brian, no, it's an 18650. It's an 18650. Okay, we're now at the point where I have nothing else to show you. I'm just going to get more sarcastic and take the piss out of you. So, do you have any questions? Is there anything you want to discuss? Is there anything you want to go over? As always, I'm not interested in drama. I'm not interested in what somebody else is doing or their opinion on things. Just, yeah. And yeah. I'm going to drink more coffee. Oh, no, I'm out of coffee. Oh, this really isn't going to last long. Renko. The DNA version comes with a dongle. The DNA version has a slot, and you get the the dongle you got with the other was it the M? The M? Can't remember. It's gone out of my head now. But you know how the Limelight have done the dongles in the past? It's going to be the same setup for the USB version. So there you go. Take your shirt off. It's just, that's a place we're not going, my friend. That's a place we're not going. Have you compared it to a summer's day? Not yet. You're seeing the glass half empty. It's not paying extra. It's paying for the pieces you want, so it's cheaper to you. I never see the glass half empty. Never. Unless something has arrived at 11 o'clock in the morning. I want to open it and show it to people, but I have to wait 3 hours for a Mexican to get out his bed just so I can show it off then. That's a glass half empty. Anyway, jam donuts or just sugar donuts? Both. Grow a moustache, get a cap. Proper reviewer. Is that what you're saying? Next you'll be asking me to get a man bun. That's the sign of a true reviewer. Somebody that's fully committed to the art of reviewing, that they go the full hog. They go with the tattoos. They go with the shown skin. And they have a man bun. It's just a line I won't cross. I only say all these things because I know that there's a lot of miles between me and Ryan, and at least for the next foreseeable future, he will not be able to kick my ass. Nice dongle. The AIO came with a dongle, I think. You're right. I think you're absolutely right. Buns it. Neck tattoos. Sorry, we need to show something. This is my Rezo Delro. I just needed to show this off. Just need to show this off because it's mine and it's not yours. Sorry, Paul, it's just not yours. Please do a man bun. Is there? I honestly can't think of anything else. I could go on Facebook and have a quick squint through, but it's all going to be signed petitions and stuff like that. And what have we got? Yeah, that's it. But have you promised to double kick his ass? No way, Matt. You found your vape droids, like C1D2s and shit like that. Ah, amazing. I've always wanted one of them. I have. That's a good topic. DNA 60C mods without a USB. Now the good thing about the DNA 60C is that you can go into the menu system. You can change lots of stuff just on the board direct. But there's still things that you really want to go into eScribe for if you want to go down that route. And also themes. Themes is a big thing with coloured boards, the C boards. And not having the access to be able to change your theme in a DNA 60C. And also, here's another thing. These are things I shouldn't be saying, but I'll say them anyway. The 60C is, whilst it's a new board, I say it's a new board. It's essentially a revised 75C, 100C, and so on and so forth. It's basically the same. There's going to be, I'd imagine there's going to be a few firmware upgrades coming out for it to improve things or work out any bugs or kinks. If you don't have a USB-C, then it kind of sucks. So, yeah, that's just my take on it. Don't take fight. So yes, there's a good point. Dave, want to follow me on a keto diet? I'm just watching Shogun, mate. I'm not embracing the lifestyle. There is a joke there somewhere. If you dig deep enough, there is a joke in there somewhere. Anyway, Matt English, I have most models and colours. Holy shit, man. I think you should give Johan a forfeit. Critville will do a DNA 60C. There's renders on the group. There's loads and loads of people that are releasing 60Cs now. Push my luck with a gentleman out of Poland. One of the main things with the 60C is the USB port. So, for example, nobody. You're all sworn to secrecy. Don't mention this to Matthias, okay? Just don't. Yeah, here we go. This is the Lore by Hassar. This is a DNA 60. It does not have a USB port. They designed this mod, they manufactured it, and built it. So it's hard coded. It's in the software. Goes CNC, bzz, gets made, job done. No USB. So they did the unknown version, which has a DNA 60C. Now the issue is that I'm not criticising the fact that it doesn't have a USB. That was a decision made by the people that wanted the board in this mod. That was their choice. So that's by the by. But the USB, obviously, your little board, I'm going to simplify this, your little board is a certain size. The wires, it's, if I remember right, it's a 2 amp charge. It's going to be thick wires. So you've got a new board and you've got more wires that you've got to fit into this mod. And so I'm not saying it takes a total redesign for them to do it, but yes, they would have had to do some work and it would have been longer for the guys to wait in their mods. And they just wanted the 60C boards now as soon as possible. It's still a fantastic mod, and yes, I like them both. But that's the only real thing that these guys are going to have to work with the 60C boards is just the USB charge board and the thicker wires, and they're going to have to work in the internals. There we go. Sold. I'll give you $20 for it. Legally. Fantastic mod. It is. I mean, I know you've got one, Dom, and yeah. No, you don't. You don't. It's on its way to South Africa. Why not designed it round the board? Correct. You're absolutely right. And going forward, people will be doing that, I'm sure. The lore, the unknown lore, was a mod that was already designed around the 60C, the 60, not the 60C and the charge board or the USB-C. That's why it doesn't have a USB-C. I hope that going forward, Hussar will have a USB port when they use 60Cs. But yes, anyway. Whereas the Stratum has it hidden. Yes, once again, these mods were designed that way. I could also be wrong here, and feel free to disagree if you know, but there's another reason that a lot of the modders didn't use the charge ports or USB on the old 60 boards is because the most common point of failure on these US DNA 60s was around the USB. That's why a lot of them never used it. That's a fact. I'm not making that up. That is a fact. I know there's other points of failure, but the most common, one of the most common ones was the USB. That's another reason they didn't use them. Ali, want to buy the Diplomat RTA? I've looked everywhere for months, can't find one. Do you know where I can buy? Do you still like yours? I let the Diplomat RTA go. I did not keep it. I stand by everything I said in the review, but it's just not one I kept. I can't keep them all, so it was one I let go. Who had them? Was there not a new bat in the UK? Alex, Vaporbay. I don't know if they've still got them. I honestly don't know. Try some Google foo, see what comes up. Yeah, Dom, I get it. Don't see the point in connecting it to eScribe. It's not for everybody. You don't have to do it, but a lot of people do. Vaporbay did have them. Yeah, I remember they did. I'm not vaping enough. Sold out. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Hang on. I'm just going to click on something. Did I just see somebody asking me where Vaporesso boards are made? how would I know? I honestly don't think, have I ever reviewed anything from Vaporesso? Must be years and years ago if I did. There we go. Right. Back to chat. Ohm is some DNA60 AIs without USB ports also have SSV TI material installed. Yes, it all depends. A lot of modders, when they put the boards in, they power them on to check and see they're working, and that's it. Whereas a lot of modders go in and calibrate the board, or calibrate it properly to the mod, and will update the firmware, change the profiles, and they'll make tweaks to it and then seal it up without a USB port. It's all down to, every mod is almost different. It's quite scary. Paul Paulson, this was more of an issue with the micro USB connector. Yes, it was, but all old DNA60s were micro USB. Hassar will be in Stuttgart. Yes, I saw that, Dom. I knew that already. You should let the red Delro go. It's old and there's newer versions. Well, it's funny you say that. It's shall we flex? Let's flex. You could have a DNA60C Delro. I don't know if I've got to send this back or not. I hope not. It's brilliant. Absolutely love it. But then I am a Delro fanboy. It has to be said. Right. You got blackballed by Vaporesso. I probably did. Hassan, do you know if there's any new RDAs in development? I've not seen anything. I've not seen anything. The sooner the better. I just want more RTAs and more RDAs back in the game. It would be really, really nice. Really nice. But that's just me, wishful thinking. Let me have the C version. Don't be mean. Right, boys and girls, that was a full Bussardo, as we like to say. That's been over an hour. That's enough drivel from me. As I said, next review will be for the Pure Max tomorrow, which is Thursday. Skip a day. Yeah. Oh, no, I won't be recording at the weekend. It's my wedding anniversary this weekend. There'll be no videos getting recorded this weekend. So so the next review will be the Pure Max. Then it'll be another pod on Monday, I think, or Tuesday. Then it'll be the Sturdy one, and then I'll get into the Limelight and the Posh Pico, the Arcsine by Vapemonster. But no one interacts with the chat watchers like Dodge Reviews. Thanks for the show. Bang off. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, as always, for watching and watching the videos. I always thought there was only 5 of you. It makes me very happy when I see that there's now at least 10 of you watch the videos. Thank you so much. I'm going to go on with my evening, find the end stream button, and say...